Hello Internet, your friendly neighborhood gremlin here, and today we're designing a peach-themed house for tiansheng, which I probably said wrong, and I'm not going to say it again. So, sorry about that one, I guess. I don't know. Is it that important? I don't really have an explanation behind this one. It's just kind of a hot mess. What I went into it wanting was something kind of like the apple build I did, super really cute and peachy, but she's kind of into all the imperial stuff, which maybe I could have guessed from her name. There's not as many peach items as there are apple items, and so this just kind of ends up a little bit of a mess. It's also just been a bit of a day. We're starting this voiceover at 12:30, which is later than I think I've ever started a voiceover for a video that was going up that day. When choosing the wallpapers and stuff for this room, I kind of got overly attached to that peach wallpaper. I probably should have just used like the cherry blossoms and some of that more imperial style sort of wallpaper and stuff that she asked for, but I really wanted to use the peach wallpaper because I was trying to go for cute and peachy, which was what I had in my brain. I didn't look at what items it was she wanted when I said yes to her. Frankly, I think this may also be a case of me being lied to, because she said she wanted peachy, but if you look at the items she's asking for, none of them are very peach-centric. They don't even come in like the color peach, so I don't know where she's under the impression that peaches are coming from, but we were here, and I somehow managed to sleep for 12 hours yesterday, so we were on a bit of a time crunch, and so this is what we get. I don't even know what it is. I was half asleep while I was doing it. Just always a fun adventure to sort of sit back and watch this now. This may have been easier if the peach wallpaper were on a lighter background, but I ended up with this like super dark color scheme because that was the only option I had with the peach wallpaper. And again, we were going to use the peach wallpaper. That was the thing I knew that I wanted when I came in here. I might have been able to find more items that came in a like a peachier swatch. I don't know that there are that many items in Animal Crossing that are like peach colored though. I don't think that's a thing they have a lot of. I'd really like to know what you managed to do with this vacation build, if you've done one, because I struggled. Did you stick to the peach, or did you go more of that imperial route and just use the pink of the cherry blossoms? Why didn't she ask for like cherries? It would have made more sense if she just wanted like cherries, because then we could have had cherry blossoms. Do we have cherry items in Animal Crossing? We have the cherry stereo. There must be other ones, right? I watched almost the entirety of Midnight Club on Netflix the night before last, which is maybe why I slept yesterday for 12 hours, because the night before that I just stayed up and watched like 8 episodes of the Midnight Club. It's actually really good. I kind of am enjoying it. I don't know, I'm hesitant to call things good because I don't know what that means really, and I can't defend myself, but I'm enjoying it. It did keep me entertained and interested for 8 whole hours, which is kind of impressive if you think about it, given how hard it is for me to watch TV, though most of the television or things that I consume in large batches like that. We just sort of binge our way through. So now hopefully I can get to the last 2 episodes, because sometimes that happens where I watch like almost all of the thing, and then I stop because it's been 8 hours and I'm tired. And then I go back the next night because I can only watch things when it's dark. And then we just don't. And then I just don't see the end of things. Which, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a fun thing to do. Probably not. But I am really impressed with the quality of the stories in the Midnight Club, because obviously most of it is a television show with like a straight through plot. But they have the Midnight Club where they go and tell ghost stories. So every episode has one story. And those are really good, actually, and quite nice and scary, and not a jump scary, awful, stupid way. There were 2 episodes where I cried quite a bit, which for me, anyway, is not a ringing endorsement. I don't really understand why people want to cry when they watch things. The most obvious example of this, obviously, being Pixar films, where everyone says, "Oh my god, it was so good, I cried so much," and I'm like, those 2 things don't correlate to me. Like, I don't understand why I cried so it was good. I cry enough in my regular life. I do not need more of that in my fiction. In fact, I'd prefer not to have to. One of the reasons I couldn't finish Alice in Borderland, which was really, really good, but it kept being really depressing and I had to ugly cry. Also, I didn't watch Anne with an E, because again, I just ugly cried every episode. That's not enjoyable for me, so I gave up. I also just hid those Imperial items that she asked for behind those trees there. I could have, like, had a second floor and just hid them up there, or put them in, like, after I left, like, so you didn't have to see them. But they're just there, and I mean, you can barely see them. I can't tell you why it was I thought that was a good idea. But the outside of this build is really just kind of a mess anyway. So, I mean, we have to explain ourselves. I'm not sure there was any logic behind any of it at all. I can't really tell if I should be impressed that I managed to pull this off while barely being able to keep my eyes open, or if it's just bad regardless of that fact. You can let me know down below what you think. Have I managed to pull off an exciting feat, or did we just sort of fall flat on our faces and make something that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and not in a cute, fun, whimsical way, but just in a, wow, this is kind of low-key bad kind of way? But we have indeed reached the reveal, and so our misery is almost over. If you've had a good time listening to me chatter at you about this and the Midnight Club, you could hit the like button, or you can leave a comment down below about your tiansheng build, or how you think mine went, maybe even your favorite ghost story. That would be fun. And if you think you might like to do this again sometime, you can hit the subscribe button. But as always, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye!